Eric. Eric, yes. Welcome back to my class. I'm also Eric. Yeah. How are you doing today, Eric?
I'm doing good.
Oh, that's great. Good to hear that. All right. So, are you ready for the lesson?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So, we are going to study daily news in this lesson, and the title is Yuri Gagarin, the first human in space. Wow. This is a nice article. Okay, so first let's study words and phrases, okay?
Okay.
All right, so let's learn some of the words that are used in the article. Okay, so let's have the first word. Please listen to US pronunciation. Okay, here we go.
Shockwave.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Okay, shock wave is a very strong reaction that spreads through a group of people when something surprising or bad happens. Please read the sample sentence, Eric.
The president's sudden illness sent shockwaves around the world.
Yes, very good. All right, let's move to the next. Please listen and repeat after the audio. Here we go.
Reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Reveal.
Reveal. It means to make something known. Okay, please read the sentence.
She would not reveal the secret.
Yes, that's right. Okay, let's have the next. Mm-hmm.
Humble.
Okay.
Humble.
Humble. It means not proud, not thinking of yourself as better than other people. Okay, please read the sentence.
Despite all his achievements, he has remained humble.
Wow, it's a nice attitude. Okay, let's have the next.
Propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
Propaganda.
Propaganda. All right, it means ideas or statements that are often false or exaggerated and that are spread in order to help a cause, a political leader, a government, etc. Okay, please read the sentence.
He was accused of spreading propaganda.
All right, let's try to practice the word is spreading.
Spreading.
Okay, one more time is spreading.
Spreading.
All right, okay. And the last one is
Embody.
Body.
embody. Okay, it means to represent something in a clear and obvious way, to be a symbol or example of something. Okay, please read the sentence.
He is a leader who embodies courage.
Yes, a leader who embodies courage. Wow, that is great. All right, so we're done with words and phrases, Eric. Do you have any questions so far with this topic?
I don't have any question.
Wow, so everything is clear. So now let's move on to comprehension. So we will listen to the article here, but before that, let's check the questions that you will have to answer later. Okay, let's have these three questions. Number one is, how long did Gagarin's historic mission into space last? All right, please read number two question. Okay, please read.
When did the Soviets tell the world about the mission?
Oh, yes. And the last question is, what put a strain on Gagarin's marriage? All right. So these are the three questions, and this will be your listening focus as you listen to the article. All right. So let's listen to the article. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, so we will listen to the article in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yuri Gagarin, the first human in space. Yuri Gagarin was a man sent on a mission that no person had ever faced before. He became the first man who went into space. Gagarin's historic mission on April 12, 1961, lasted 1 hour and 48 minutes. The capsule blasted into space, then less than 2 hours later, his re-entry capsule landed on the ground in western Russia. Gagarin landed by parachute minutes later. The Soviets kept quiet about Gagarin's mission until he returned safely to Earth. Only then did they broadcast the news to the world. The report sent shockwaves around the world, especially in the US, which had been trying to beat the Russians to the first manned flight. 2 days after he returned to Earth, the Soviets revealed who he was. Gagarin's humble roots then became a powerful propaganda tool for the Russians. He had gone from a farm to the stars in just 27 years. He had been born to peasant farmers in a small village and worked in a factory while studying. Later, after graduating as a military pilot, he flew MiG fighter jets. And so he became the appealing face for communism, and it's been said that he had a smile that could melt the stoniest heart. He embodied the Soviet Union in the journey it was going through, so the Soviets presented him as the carpenter to cosmonaut ideal. The ever-smiling Gagarin became the easygoing public face of something more imposing, a giant technical and industrial base able to design and build a rocket to send a human into space. Later, Gagarin became the deputy director of the new cosmonaut training center, but the sudden fame and the pressure of his diplomatic duties put a strain on his marriage. Gagarin continued flying as an instructor after his space journey. However, in March 1968, at only 34 years old, Gagarin crashed during one of his flights and unfortunately did not survive.
All right. Okay. So this time, let's proceed to answer the questions. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'll read this question and please say your answers out loud. So let's start with number 1. So how long did Gagarin's historic mission into space last?
Gagarin's historic mission was 1 hour and 48 minutes.
Yes, 1 hour and 48 minutes. Okay, very good. Now let's move to the next question. So when did the Soviet tell the world about the mission?
Soviets tell the mission to the world when Gagarin returned 2 days after when he returned to Earth.
All right, so when he returned safely to Earth, right? Okay. So they did not tell the world or the people when Gagarin was just going into space, but they only tell the world or the people when he already returned safely to Earth. Okay, okay. And the last question. So what put a strain on Gagarin's marriage?
The pressure of his diplomatic duties
Yes.
put a strain on his marriage.
Okay, that's right. So, the sudden fame and the pressure of his diplomatic duties put a strain on his marriage. So, there was a problem with her marriage because of what happened to him. He became popular. Okay, very good. Wow, perfect. Good job, Eric. Now, let's move to the read out part. Please read out the article. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, please read in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yuri Gagarin, the first human in space. Yuri Gagarin was a man sent on a mission that no person had ever faced before. He became the first man who went into space. Gagarin's historic mission on April 12, 1961 lasted on last 1 hour and 48 minutes. The capsule blazed into space. Then, less than 2 hours later, his recent Venturi capsule landed on the ground in western Russia. Gagarin landed by parachute minutes later.
Okay.
The Soviets kept quiet about Gagarin's mission until he returned safely to Earth. Only then did they broadcast the news to the world. The report sent shockwaves around the world, especially in the US, which had been trying to beat the Russians to the first manned flight. 2 days after he returned to Earth, the Soviets revealed who he was.
All right.
Gagarin's humble roots then became a powerful propaganda tool for the Russians. He had gone from a farm to the stars in just 27 years. He had been born to peasant farmers in a small village and worked in a factory while studying. Later, after graduating as a military pilot, he flew MiG fighter jets. And so he became the appealing face of communism. And it's been said that he had a smile that could melt the stoniest heart.
Okay.
He embodied the Soviet union and the journey it was going through. So the Soviets presented him as the carpenter to cosmonaut ideal. The ever-smiling Gagarin became the easy-going public face of something more imposing, a giant technical and industrial base able to design and build a rocket to send a human into space. Later, Gagarin became the deputy director of the new cosmonaut training center, but the sudden fame and the pressure of his diplomatic duties put a strain on his marriage. Gagarin continued flying as an instructor after his space journey. However, in March 1968, at only 34 years old, Gagarin crashed during one of his flights and unfortunately did not survive.
Oh, okay. It's a sad story at the end. So he died. Okay. All right, let's practice some words here. Look at the chat box. We have number 1, blasted.
Blasted.
One more time, blasted.
Blasted.
Yes. The next word is re-entry.
Re-entry.
Okay, say it again. Re-entry.
Re-entry.
Very good. The next one is embodied.
Embodied.
All right, again, embodied.
Embodied.
Yes, and the last one is union.
Union.
One more time, union.
Union.
All right, very good. Okay, so before we move to discussion part, is there any questions with regard to the article, Eric?
I don't have any question.
Yes. Okay, so everything's clear. Now let's proceed to the discussion part. So please answer each question freely or by using the situation given or the answer key. You can use the answer key, okay?
Okay.
All right, so I'll read its question. Let me start with number one. Would you like to become an astronaut? Is it your dream to become an astronaut, Eric?
It's not my dream.
Okay. What is your dream when you grow up?
I don't have a dream now.
All right. So not now, right? Okay. Yes, so let's have the sample answer for this. Okay. Let's read the sample answer. Please read the first reason. I'll be reading the second reason. Okay?
Okay.